A very good afternoon to the 7th of March 2014, a brand new week, and welcome to this edition of Lunchtime News. I'm Katrina Chang. On your headlines, special transport services in view of the festive season. The Department of Prisons state that a majority of visitors to the Bogamre prison have expressed their wish to reintroduce the death penalty. And in the international forum, the latest from the hunt from the MH370, a pinger locator receives a signal similar to those emitted by flight data recorders. And on sports, Kumar Sangakkara says that the new additions in the team have proven that they are able to carry the team forward. And taking a look at those stories in detail. The Transportation Board says that a special transportation plan has been initiated for people who are planning to visit their hometowns for the new year. Here are some details on the transportation arrangements made by the Sri Lanka Transport Board, National Transportation Commission and the Department of Railways.
From today until the 21st of April, the Sri Lanka Transport Board will provide special bus services in view of the New Year season. Steps have been taken to operate about 5,000 buses daily. These bus services will operate from the central bus stop in Peta, Colombo, and will provide transport for people wishing to travel back to their hometowns. Special bus services will commence from the main bus stop in Peta from the 8th of April. In order for passengers to easily identify these buses, we have pasted stickers on them which read Special New Year Service. Stickers have been provided for the three separate categories, namely regular services, semi-luxury services and luxury services. Special New Year train services in view of the Sinhala and Hindu New Year will be in operation from the 9th to the 20th of April. Special services will operate from the Colombo Fort Railway Station to areas including Mathura, Gaul, Kandy and Dambulla. Steps have also been taken to add extra carriages to long-distance service stream.
Meanwhile, the Department of Prisons states that 26,780 visitors who visited the Bogamre prison have expressed their agreement to reintroduce the death penalty. Commissioner General of Prison Chandra Ratnapale stated that from the 15th of March to the 2nd of April, a total of 1.1 million visitors have visited the prison complex.
In a questionnaire posed on the public who visited the prison complex, 26,780 expressed their agreement to reintroduce the death penalty. We exhibited the prison complex to the public till the 2nd of April, and a total of 1.1 million persons have visited the prison thus far. One of the main aim of this project was to mainly teach school children as to the punishment that is received in prisons, so as to open their eyes to the dark side of such an establishment in order to curb crime.
Deputy Minister of Power and Energy Premla Jayasekara said that the President has given instructions to take measures to construct new power plants that generate energy at a low cost. The Deputy Minister made this statement at an event held in Balangura yesterday.
An event to distribute 150 free spectacles for area residents took place at the Nilavala Bodhirukarama Viharaya in Balangura.
Bearing in mind that the challenges that may arise with regard to electricity, in the near future, the President has issued instructions to construct power plants that generate electricity at a lower cost. That is why we signed an agreement on behalf of the Sampur power plant recently. Apart from this, we have also signed an agreement with the Putlam project in order to commence primary constructions. It is because we erected the Norocholle and Upper Kotmale power plants that we were able to generate power during the dry season with great difficulty. If you take other Asia countries, there are power cuts that last several hours a day. It is only in our country that we have somehow managed to provide electricity consistently, even at a higher cost.
Minister of Disaster Management Mahinda Amaravira attended an event held in Angulakola Palace yesterday.
Hambantota තමයි ප්‍රධාන ව්‍යාපෘති සියල්ලම ක්‍රියාත්මක.
All the major projects are being initiated in Hambantota. We built a port and a airport. We built a stadium and a zoo. We also made a botanical garden and a telecinema village. So when all of this was done, people in other areas thought that these people would definitely vote for the government. That does not happen. Even during the elections, people were saying that the Hambantota port was useless. But ships are now coming to the Hambantota port. A second phase is also underway. We can state with clarity that when this is completed in the next 3 to 4 years, the development of not only the Hambantota district but the entire nation will be centered around this port.
Today marks the 12th day of Around the World in 40 Days, a goodwill tour organized by Newsfirst together with Sri Lanka youth. The group is currently in Tokyo, Japan. Newsfirst Ramashirugal Bandara brings more details on the day's proceedings from Japan.
Around the World in 40 Days.
A very good afternoon. The Around the World team is joining you from Tokyo, Japan, where a special ceremony was organized by the Sri Lankan Embassy in Japan to raise awareness on the World Conference on Youth that will be held in Colombo from the 6th of May onwards. Now, the Around the World team consists of Newsfirst and Sri Lanka youth delegates who are creating awareness on the World Conference of Youth. Now, during this special event that was held at the Sri Lankan Embassy in Japan, Admiral Vasant Karanagada, the ambassador, the Sri Lankan ambassador to Japan, attended the event and spoke, highlighting the importance of the youth. During the event, the two national delegates of Japan that will represent the country at the World Conference on Youth were given special badges by the members of the Around the World team. The National Youth Services Council presented them with these badges. The names of the two delegates that will represent Japan at this conference are Taro Yashuhi and Kyoko Yamashita. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Ramashirugal Bandara, reporting from Tokyo, Japan.
The 2014 Colombo International Student Film Festival was held in Colombo yesterday. The event was held at the auditorium of the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute under the auspices of the Minister of Economic Development, Basil Rajapaksa. The award for Best Film was given to the movie The Sky Lab is Falling. Police said that investigations have commenced into the discovery of a body on the railway tracks in close proximity to Alutgama this morning. The police media unit stated that the body was discovered following information received at around 6 o'clock this morning. The body was identified as that of a 30-year-old male. The unit added that investigations are now being conducted to ascertain whether foul play was involved. It further stated that statements from train operators on the coastal railway lines will thus be recorded in order to confirm the cause of the death of the victim in question. Sri Lanka lifted their maiden World 2020 title at the third time of asking following their 6-wicket victory against former champions India in Dakar yesterday. Kumar Sangakkara hit an important 52 not out in his last 2020 international outing to help Sri Lanka chase down the 131-run victory target with 13 balls to spare and deny India the reigning 50-over World Cup and Champions Trophy winners, a record limited over treble. Speaking at a post-match media briefing, Sangakkara had this to say.
Well, it's amazing. It's a feeling that can't explain. This is the first time that I've been a part of a side that's won a World Cup. We've been disappointed 4 times before. It's hard to describe exactly what you feel, but you feel very humbled, I think, at the end, because you realize how difficult it is to get here, how much support you need, not just from your teammates, you need it from your family, you need it from your fans, all the support staff. You can never do anything alone. You might be the best batsman in the world or best bowler in the world, you need a lot of support. And I think we are very grateful for that. And moments like this, I think you've got to look back and reflect and really be thankful for that, because without that you won't be here and have the opportunity to do this. So it's been an amazing journey, and walking away, it's time, and walk away like this, it's even better.
Meanwhile, Lasith Malinga answered to a question raised by a journalist on how he felt about captaining the Sri Lanka team.
I played all the 10 years in this team. I think I know every single player, what they have the ability, what they can do. I think I really enjoy my captaincy in the last 3 games. Then I know exactly what particular player they have ability, something anyone else. I think that's why I use that condition and that experience during my captaincy. I think I'm really successful. Yeah.
Meanwhile, people gathered at various locations across the island to celebrate Sri Lanka's victory at the ICC World T20.
Crowds thronged the streets of Colombo, cheering and celebrating a long-awaited victory.
Sri Lanka had to win this T20 because they had the formidable team out of all the other teams around, the other countries. But I think Sangha and Mahela played well, and I think they had to bring in the glory to the country.
We are taking this time to thank to Sri Lankan team. This was a much awaited win for Sri Lanka and the whole of Sri Lanka. We feel extremely ecstatic.
People across other parts of the island too did not miss out on the celebrations.
And on that joyful note, we wrap up this edition of Lunchtime News. It was a pleasure having you with us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Katharina Chang. Have a pleasant day ahead.